Hey folks, and welcome to my review of the LETSHUOER S12 Pro, which makes all the difference. And I have tried these, obviously the original, which is probably coming up to maybe 12 months ago. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank LETSHUOER for sending me this one. I was not paid to do this video, and all thoughts, opinions are my own. And yet this was an item I was kind of looking forward to, because I've tried a few Planars lately. And yeah, let's get into it. And also I was curious if there was actually some tuning changes, but yeah, let's get into the video. So let's see what you get. Obviously the difference with these is blue. There's a tuning change, but obviously we'll get to that later on. This is obviously the Pro variant. There. And obviously there you go, some specs. So 102 dB, which is not as sensitive as obviously normal because it's Planar, single 14.8mm driver. There's the cable length, materials, impedance, website there. Yeah, let's carry on. So obviously I bought the original, it's probably nearly 12 months ago. Obviously you may or may not have seen the video. Yeah, so it's good to see an update. So let's see what you get. So quick product catalogue, what they've done. The conductor. There's a few of these I haven't tried. The Tape Pro I haven't tried the Singer. These like the EJ07Ms and stuff like that I haven't tried. Anyway, obviously it's blue. Looks to be exactly the same as the grey one I bought obviously a while ago, just blue. Seems fine. I do like the quite subtle. There's the number. The 10 at the end. I don't know if that's important or not. So foam tips there. Normally helps to calm treble if you have any issues with that. Checker number 1. Bit more paperwork there. Now the difference is this should be a modular cable here. It should look very similar to the original, just modular. And yeah, so 2.5, 3.5, 4.4, which is good to see. Cable looks very similar to the original, again modular. I do like the blue touches on there. Blue's my favourite colour as well. You can see that's what the connector looks like, kind of like XLR. So I'll have to see what that's like. Bunch of tips. So black innards for those. You can see the ball there. That there, and I just dropped the silica gel. And that's it. So I was looking forward to these. I want to see if these actually have a smoother treble, because some people said they did, some said they didn't. So I'm quite curious what all this is like. But I did like the original, but it was a bit sharp in the treble, just like the Timeless was. So I hope they have changed the tuning and made it smoother. And yeah, I'll see you guys and gals in the future. Yes, so welcome to my review section of the LETSHUOER S12 Pro. Pro being the main important thing. So let's get straight into the cable. Now it is very, very similar to the kind of the original. If you know the original, you'll know this. It's the same. So obviously that's the connector. It's a very dark blue. I do like what they've done modular. So this will easily cover whatever source you've got. So cable is a bit rigid. I think a bit more time it might get a bit softer, but it is what it is at the moment. So blue. Straight into the connectors there. With that, they're colour coded as well. I do like that. It's very simple, but it's so helpful just for quick and easy. So yeah, cable's good. So build quality of these is good. I might as well go over what they look like. Exactly the same as I think as the originals. And I have one here. So vent seems the same there on the side. On the bottom. You can see the nozzle in there. The grill's different. Apart from that, it's visually the same. Obviously, I'll talk about the original S12 at the end. So let's talk about kind of power and sensitivity. Now obviously with these being planar, they are a bit harder to power. They do scale better if you've got better gear. You can technically use them with your phone, but it's not unless you've got a good output, then you want a decent enough adapter to throw a bit of power. They're not ultimately like power hungry monsters, they just scale better if you've got decent gear. It's probably the best way to describe it. So you don't have to overspend. As long as you've got a decent audio adapter, you're more than, it's more than good enough. So isolation on these I found was above average. Not the best because it doesn't seal like an all armature unit. When them sealed, they seal like a beast. These don't do that, but it's still not too bad at all. So bear that in mind. So technical performance, because that's what Planar is all about, and technicality, shall we say, and transients and stuff like that. Very good. That's the beauty of Planar. It just makes things sound, in a way, a bit more effortless than a DD, because it's faster. I was more than happy with that. That's why I like Planars, because they've got that kind of technical performance behind them. Some DDs can only dream of. So bear that in mind. But yeah, I was happy with that. Stage was actually okay as well. It wasn't the best, or not the worst. I wish it could have been bigger. I think some other Planars sound a bit wider than this, but I was actually quite happy with it. Really. You can have a better look now. So it's about comfort. Comfort was okay on these. It's the same as the original because it's all the same. The tips seem to be the same, I think, from memory. It's fine. I think some people have had issues with it. That's what the shape looks like, but I thought it was okay, really. So yeah. Anyway, to get to sound, because what it's all about. So I'll overlay the graph now so you can have a look. Yeah, very similar to the original, but I'll talk about that probably more about the end against the OG. So elevated bass, and the sub bass tapers off a little bit. I was happy with that. Bear in mind these can be EQ'd like absolute monsters. I think some people have had at least 10 dB sub bass and they take it. So Planar bass is great. At the box I was quite happy with it. It's fast bass. I don't know, I think it has the initial slam like a DD, but then again you can always EQ what you're wanting, so not too bad at all. Yeah, I was happy with the bass. Planar bass like this is always great. So yeah, straight into the mid-range. I found it a little recessed, but it's still not too bad. It's very clear, it's still detailed, it's all there. It's just a bit, it can be a bit V-shaped, maybe I'd say. They are a V, but I was quite fine with it, really. Same for upper mid-range. It's a gradual sweep up, as you can see. I liked what vocalists as well sounded like on it. I had no problems at all. I was quite happy with this set. And yes, straight into treble, where I think's the biggest difference. Now you're probably checking my original S12 graph, and I did re-graph it recently as well. This is a smoother sounding set to the original, but in not a bad way. You don't lose. It's still very detailed set. Instrument separation is very clear. Instrument attack is all still very good. They've done a nice job with the treble on this. I don't know if it's my best Planar, but I do like it more than the original. But I'll talk about that in the conclusion. But yeah, I think the treble performance is solid. It can still be a bit bright for a few folks, but it's better than the original in my opinion. And I do like it overall. It's very clear. We all listen to different genres, so I've tried this with a bunch of electronic music as per usual, as it's my genre I do like. But I have tried it with some older pop, rock, rap, hip hop, pop, some light symphonic metal, and blah blah blah. I tried a few different genres and it seems to work fine. Sometimes it can be a little bit fatiguing, like you can see like the 5K to 8. It's not shy there, so bear that in mind. But if you listen to at normal volume, these are better than the original. Planar, it's very clear. I do like this over, I do like a good DD, but this to me performs better than a good DD that I've tried. So yeah, I was quite happy with it. So take this off. So in conclusion is, do I recommend this? Yes. So compared to the original, which obviously I bought a year ago maybe or so by now, these are around $30 or so more now than the original. So if you're looking at this video, you know, in October 2022 when I've made it, the original is about $30 cheaper. This now has a modular cable, unlike the original. Obviously Bluetooth is another thing. And yes, this does, my pair here, which are a retail unit, and my original is a retail unit, they're not early samples or nothing like that, is these are tuned smoother than my originals. Obviously you're going to probably compare the graph now to see what I mean, and they are better for that. Like a lot of people have to EQ, because it can be sharp. I didn't find these on the whole, like 99% of the time. I was very, very happy with this with no EQ applied. If you want to be like a guru, you can do a bit of PEQ and do what you want to your heart's content. But I was happy out of the box. They are very good overall set. Better than the originals, I think, in my opinion, for what I've tried. And I like what they've done with the smoother set. And obviously you can see there it's different than the original. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, on the whole, very good pair. Maybe up there with the top. Better than my original S12s. I like what they've done, especially with the cable to cover more bases. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on because the video gets too long. But yeah, good set, good tuning. Maybe it might still be a little bit spicy for some people, but on the whole, it's very good. I like what they've done. It's a move for the better instead of doing something that's worse. But yeah, nice job, LETSHUOER, and yeah, quite looking forward to what they've got in the future. Hopefully more Planars. And yeah, if you want to know anything in particular, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. Take care.